What we love seeing, I know we always have we have new family members coming on board. I just partnered with someone new. People are looking at Partner Co right now, like all over the place. There's shifts in the space, there's shifts in the industry. And whenever there's a shaking of things, there's huge opportunities for those that are ready for it. So, and let me make sure I can change the speaker view as well too. But even I'm constantly in frontline mode. I think the biggest thing in this business is until we cross off the goals, like always be doing the basics. That's why I love power hours. I love Kelly and Donna leading this because this is the most important thing, right? Who here can agree the hardest person to lead is just ourselves sometimes, right? So it's always just getting back into the basics, always doing the do. I just enrolled a new leader on board. I'm talking to multiple people this week, and there's companies that are shutting down right now still. There's people the top money earner. I don't know if you guys saw this, the top female network marketer in the world just switched from a company that she was a part of for years. And then went somewhere else. So people are going places right now, and Partner Co is a safe place. People are looking here, and we're topping the charts and everything. But it comes down to what we do ourselves. So that's always number one. But a couple of things to look at. Sorry, I literally have a bloody nose randomly.
Oh
So it's
no.
like, I know, while I'm feeding baby Jaden, while I'm getting a bloody nose, this is amazing. And one thing I know, this is the
Oh
weirdest thing
gosh.
ever. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my camera and talk so you don't see me bloody. That's like weird, right? So, anyways, this is what I know is, and maybe I'm a little bit weird like this. Whenever there's challenge, how I used to respond is I backed away and I took it as a sign to not move forward with my goals. Now, maybe it's just a spiritual note. I know that whenever there's resistance and there's challenge, that means that huge opportunities around the corner. And I'm super expectant. All right. Put that word in the chat below. Expectant. Big things are coming because when there's shakings, it's like a test. And I think to myself, all right, what am I going to learn through this? How am I going to step up through this? I've been having amazing leadership conversations with like Kelly and Donna, for sake of example, and many other leaders. And what I'm so proud about our leadership here is this is a leadership that does not back down from challenge. This is a leadership that leans in and levels up. And whenever I've seen this time and time again, this is one of the big reasons why this team is the number one ranked team in the world is that we just lean in together. So that's the season I'm seeing right now. Anyways, what do we need to focus on? We got PXP around the corner. And guys, the amount of announcements that are there, the officers and above here, we just signed an NDA. Kelly, how excited are you about this thing that's coming soon?
Oh my gosh, super excited. I was telling Donna yesterday, like you have like a kid, you're like, your birthday's coming up or Christmas, and you have that like butterfly thing in your stomach because you're gonna get what you asked for. It's really exciting. I love events, and PXP was the event that changed everything for me in this business. It fueled my belief, it like grew my vision, and I said yes in like this huge way. And so it started to turn everything and shift everything. And so I can't wait for that to happen to some of y'all and some of your brand new people there. And I just can't wait to see how that unfolds, especially with y'all in this call.
100%. Yes. So just wait. One of those things, once you see it, you're like, oh, I wish I had more people here. So there's enough time right now to get more people there, right? So September 11th. Obviously, we're going to have a big party there. We're already planning out our champion celebration. And we already have, I think, almost 100 people confirmed on that party, guys. Like, this is going to be a party. Like, now we're thinking, we can fit everybody, but like, how's that going to be like? Over 100? Wow. So use that opportunity. But what do we need to do? Is to grow there is what are the goals, right? I'm always about what are we focused on? What's the next chapter? What do we need to focus on? So number one is to make sure if you're not manager yet to go manager and above. Like that is the number one target. I've been talking to multiple teammates and we actually have managers that are wrapping up right now. There's two, like I know Denise Kirk is on here, for example. She is like, guys, like an order or two away from manager. Like she's like right there. There's other teammates that are wrapping up the speed to lead promos, the Star Gala. So These are things that we want to make sure that we keep at the tip of the list so that you can go into PXP with a lot of success. But the way to do all those things, like you have to make the decision yourself, because what Donna and Kelly are going to help you to do is a walk through the daily do. But you need to make sure that you're intentional and you're focused and you know exactly what you're aiming for. Decision is the name of the game. So here's my challenge for everybody for this month, as we're wrapping this up. August 29th is the last date for going title, for example, to be on stage at PXP. What is the next decision for you as you're leading into this next season? Is it, I need to decide to go to PXP? Is it, I'm already going, but I need to go to the next title? Is it, I'm going to wrap up my speed to lead this week? Is it the Star Gala? Some of us are already close to that as well too. Whatever that it is, make that commitment now. And then everything that we do throughout the week will drive you to that, and follow exactly what Kelly and Donna are going to tell you. So I'm telling you, they're some of the best tacticians, leaders, and doers of the do that I've ever met. So Kelly, Donna, I'm going to move it back to you. I'm going to clean up a mess and have some fun here.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. If you don't know me, I am Kelly Smith, and I'm going to be hanging out with you today. And we're going to be going over my favorite top daily 5, right? The daily 5 things that I do every single morning to grow my business, to move the needle, to grow my network, all the things, right? Follow up, all the things that are important. I would venture to say that a lot of us are feeling like James, like there's something in the air, right? There's excitement, there's like change and shift. And I just want to say those things are not necessarily a bad thing, right? Sometimes we think when there's like little shifts or there's things in the air, we're like, is it bad? Like, what's going on? Like, you know, whatever. You have these feelings. I can promise you that the thing in the air right now is vision. It's belief. It's excitement to go to PXP and to see what is in store for us. Like, there's so many exciting things coming down the pipeline. And if we do these daily activities, we will be going across that stage. We will cross that stage as a manager. You'll see your teams cross the stage as a manager. You'll sit in that VIP seat for the gala, right? So I'm excited about daily activity because I know that's what moves the needle, right? We can have goals and dreams and we can say all the things, but until we start executing it, right? Until we start doing it every single day, that's when the shift happens in our business. So guess what? You know that manager is 14 boxes of drops. Anybody know that? 14 boxes of drops is manager, right? I want you to just put that in the back of your head and think about it. It sounds like a lot when you're looking at a goal. Sometimes when you see that big 1,000 or I need $800 in, earnings or whatever it is, sometimes we feel like that's way off. But when we put it in a smaller perspective and say, I need 14 boxes. Can I go share this with 14 people? Can I go talk to more people to try to get those 14? It makes it more realistic. So I want you to take the big numbers out of your head. I even want you to take the 6,000 out of your head for the gala. And I want you just to focus on the daily activity, right? What are you doing each and every day that's going to help you get eyes on what we have? Because that's the key, right? We want eyes, new eyes, fresh eyes, old eyes, all eyes on what we have so we can share it with them and they can see results, right? They can have the benefit. So my top daily 5, we're going to go down and we're going to do these live if you can. If you're on your phone, I get it's a little more challenging, but if you're at your computer or if you have a laptop, I would say that's the best way to do these Monday calls. That way you can have, you can be able to be on and do the activity if it's possible. But the first thing is send birthday messages. And we've talked about this 100 times. Like, this seems like a menial task, right? It doesn't seem like, how is that going to grow my business, wishing someone a happy birthday? You're growing your relationships. Okay. This is relationship marketing. So I want you to think about that when you're doing your birthdays. You're not looking for a sale here, right? You're looking to build relationships. And how do you build relationships? Through conversation, through genuine care. So wishing someone a happy birthday is how you do that. Katie said she had 3 birthdays. Love it. She already did them. That's fantastic. So if you haven't done them, hop on there. And we're going to message these people, right? You can still go to their wall if you want to and make a public happy birthday. I still do that too sometimes, but you really want to get into their inbox. Why is that? Because you want to start a conversation and you're going to leave them with a question. So I always say something like, happy birthday, Susie. I hope you have the best day ever. Do you have any big plans today? That way, I'm just asking if she's got some plans for her birthday. It opens up a conversation where she can respond back to me. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But I can tell you guys, has anybody else been doing this and had people respond in such a positive way? Right? Raise your hand, shake, say hi. Yes, people love that, right? They love interaction. That's something that people, really crave is relationship. And they like to see people who actually care. Maybe they haven't heard from Cindy in a while. Maybe they actually haven't seen Cindy on their news feed, but she shows up in someone's inbox just to wish them a happy birthday. That means a lot to people. And that's what we want to do is build a relationship. So let's send a couple of birthday messages if you haven't done that already. And you don't have to say what I say, but it's nice to leave them with a question, pose them with a question so they can respond to you. So just asking them, hey, happy birthday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Do you have any big plans? Or what do you have planned for your birthday? Something like that. So we'll go ahead and do that. Has anybody on the call had a relationship come back to life? Have you had some conversations and interactions with people that you hadn't before because of a birthday message? Anybody want to share a story on that? I'd love to hear anybody who's done that.
Kelly, I'll speak up for a minute.
Okay.
Actually, because my birthday just was last week, or 2 weeks ago, I have a friend that I went to elementary school with, and we always shared a birthday that was 1 week apart. So we always, as growing up, remembered each other's birthday. And I didn't get a birthday message from her this year. And I was like, oh gosh, so on the 31st for her birthday, I did exactly what Kelly did. She went into my messenger. She sang happy birthday. Actually, I think it was on a phone message, but I went and left her a singing voice message. And come to find out, she did she did respond, and she was telling me that she was having health issues. And she says, and now that you have my attention, I've been watching you. Can you share what you have? So that was the perfect scenario. Now that's not going to happen with everybody, but it was perfect. So I actually have a call with her today after 6 o'clock because she works, but she wants to know if what I have will help what she's dealing with. So that voice, having a voice message, and it relit that, like Kelly said, it relit that friendship. Because I noticed she hasn't been loving or liking my posts. She hasn't, and she used to be pretty regular. Now, granted, my face fell off I was disabled permanently. So she didn't even know that I got a new page. So that was the reason she said, I thought you just went off Facebook. So if you have it in you, whether you have a good singing voice or not, sing happy birthday to the people, go to Messenger, go to their phone and sing to them. I can't tell you how that makes you feel. So just a little, like I said,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a perfect scenario, right? I wish that would happen every day, but it's just a testament to being genuine, actually caring about people and building that relationship. So really the step number one is sending birthdays isn't for the sale. Remember that it's connections. It's working on that muscle of being genuine and connecting with people on social media. And you guys, Facebook loves that. Facebook's going to give you a pat on the back when you do that. They're going to connect you more with the people that you're wishing happy birthday because you're engaging with them. Okay. So continue to do that. I'm super proud of you guys for doing that because I know sometimes that can be like, that's dumb, or like, that's not going to move my business forward. But I promise you the consistency of doing that absolutely will grow your connections, which will grow your business as well. All right. So the second thing is engage on stories and your feed for 15 to 20 minutes. Now, obviously, we're not going to spend 15 to 20 minutes doing this, but make sure that you are doing this every single day. We've coined that the engagement sandwich, right? Comment on stories. It shows Facebook you're connected with these people, right? It's going to put you guys in each other's news feeds more. So we're not going to engage in our engagement sandwich with each other. Remember that, right? This isn't a time for me and Danielle to chat or me and Charmaine to go back and forth. Your 15 to 20 minutes in the morning of engagement is non-partner co-people. This is for people just on your social media that you're connected with. It's not your business partners, okay? So I want you to go leave meaningful, and when I say meaningful, 3 words or more, comments on people in your newsfeed. And I always say, if you're in a story, if someone has a poll in their story, answer it. They love that. That's what it's there for. It's engagement. If they're doing a this or that, do that. Do it a this or that, right? If they show a family vacation picture, go comment on it, right? There's so many things on social media we can engage in. And a lot of times we just scroll by because we get busy or we're like, it doesn't really attract us. But the reason we're doing 15 to 20 minutes of engaging on stories in your newsfeed is to pull the connections. It's again, you're growing your network here. You're building better relationships on social media. So this is a really important thing to do. It warms your news feed up because the more you connect with people, the more Facebook pushes out your content. So not just, it's not just because you want to engage with people. It's also so you can tell Facebook, hey, Facebook, I'm utilizing your platform for how you want. Will you, when you do that, they're going to say, great job, Donna. I'm going to push your content out to more people. So the engagement sandwich is really, really important. And I would say if you're not getting engagement on your own posts, if you're not seeing those likes and comments, if you're not having a lot of engagement, you need to do this more. Okay. Maybe you do it for 30 minutes. Maybe you do it for 45 minutes. And I know that sounds like a lot, but the more you do it, the more you're going to grow. It's just the reality of social media. So let's get into the stories. Let's go comment on some stories. Let's leave how many words or more? Three words or more makes it more genuine. Okay. It shows Facebook that you're actually connecting and not just, spamming someone with a heart, that you're actually building a relationship and you're interested in that content. So you want to spend time. And remember, it's not your partner co-people time. It's just your friends, your neighbors, your kids' parents, your, high school buddies, whatever it is. And I even go further. I take it a step further. If I'm scrolling, how many people see ads on their scroll when you're scrolling? Do you guys run into a lot of ads? I do too sometimes. Facebook's weird. So I'm like, where are all my people? Like all I'm seeing is like a few people here and there. And then I'm seeing an ad for this, an ad for that. So when I see that, what I do is I go to my friends list and I think, okay, who haven't I talked to in a while? Who haven't I seen in my feed? And then I'm going to go directly to their page. So you can do that too. Go start with the A's on your friends list on Monday. Work through your A's, then go to the B's, then go to the C's, right? You can go all the way through your friends list and engage during this engagement sandwich. So let's go do that for a couple minutes and make sure you're doing both stories and your newsfeed, right? Meaningful comments. I like, I like it. So like if I post something and someone says one word or they drop an emoji, it's like, it's okay, right? We're happy that they engage. But like if they actually, write 3 or more words, it's like, oh, they actually really, took time to see what I posted or read the content, or they're actually engaging with me. So that's why I do that too, because I want to be genuine to other people as well. So let's spend a few minutes doing that.
And remember the importance, and I was just going to say, remember the importance of being intentional with who you're going to engage with. Go on people's walls and who do you want to come back and see your page? And it works. I've tested that in the past. I went on people's pages that I haven't seen or talked to in years, and all of a sudden they're liking my posts. So it is bringing them to your page. So be intentional. Who do you think really needs to see your page? So don't forget that part.
Yeah. And I'll even take it a step further here again, is when you spend, and you guys set a timer, it helps. I set a timer. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this for 20 minutes and I'm not stopping until my timer rings. Like sometimes we can do it. We do like 5 and then we're like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired. Right. So we really do it for like 5 minutes versus 20. And I promise you, it really takes 15 to 20 minutes to train the algorithm. So you want to do this. So set your timer for 20 minutes and go engage with people, right? Get up in the stories, get up in the walls, search for people that you're interested in seeing. If you have someone you're like, man, I'd love to have Sarah on my team. She's a local realtor. She knows everybody. She's such a good heart. She's so impactful. Make sure you're going to Sarah's page and don't just go down to her first post and comment something. Do what Donna said, be intentional, scroll through her page, right? Take the time to look what's going on in her life. Maybe they just had a vacation. Comment on those photos. Maybe she posted something about, something she's going through. Maybe someone's going through a hard time. Look where there's people looking for engagement, because we all know we post things, right, for engagement. People want to have other people commenting on their stuff. That's why we're all on social media, right? That's why people share and overshare on social media. So be intentional and really genuine, and go look for certain posts to comment on, right? And better yet, after you spend that solid 15 to 20 minutes, go message a couple people, right? If you see that realtor that you've been really wanting in your business, and she just got back from a vacation in the Florida Keys, message her and say, hey, man, Sarah, I saw your pictures from your family vacation in the Keys. That looked amazing, right? Ask them a question. Where was that place you snorkeled? It looked phenomenal, right? Engage and ask questions so people can then what? Interact with you, right? You're going to start those messages and that engagement with someone, not because you're looking for a sale. Maybe it will ultimately lead to that, right? Maybe it will genuinely, organically lead to what you're doing and how you can help someone. But you can intentionally start conversation. And by going to someone's Facebook page and seeing what they've been doing, right? Maybe it's they started a new job. Maybe it's they just put their house on the market. Maybe they sold their house. Maybe, their kid is going off to college. There's so many things happening right now. Kids are going back to school. August is a really busy month. And I can tell you that people are busy posting stuff that's going on in their lives. So we want to spend this time truly engaging and being, interested in the content in which our friends are posting. So spend 15 or 20 minutes, go comment 3 or more words, and then hop into a few people. Be intentional about those people and message them and say something that will start a conversation, because you never know, like Donna could start that conversation and then it leads to, yeah, you know what? I have been watching you. I see you're doing really well. Tell me about this stuff you're doing, right? You never know what's going to happen when you have those genuine conversations. So take it a step further and get into people's inboxes. Okay. All right. We've got that down. We're going to set our timer for 20 minutes. We're going to be intentional about who we engage with. We're going to make sure we're in stories, because stories are super fun too. You guys, stories is literally like a snapshot of someone's day. It could literally be them drinking coffee in the morning, walking their dog, dropping their kids off at school, what they're going to eat for breakfast. It could be anything. Those tend to be like maybe silly things, but we're posting them because we want people to engage. So make sure that you're doing those things too. All right. The next one on the top 5 list is post. I have it as 3 times a day. I include the engagement post as a post. So I would do an engagement post in the morning, and then I would do a health testimonial, something that caters to a pain point and a solution, and then a lifestyle or a business. Okay. And I want to talk about this a little bit, because I think sometimes people get hung up. They're like, okay, I got to post a before and after, and then I got to post something about the business. These posts can be about your family. Beth, one of our team members, Beth, made a beautiful post the other day, and it was a health post, but she posted a picture of herself at the beach with her family. And she said something like, I'm so glad I have the energy and the mental focus to enjoy the day at the beach with my family, right? So it wasn't a before and after. It wasn't some like blatant health post. She mixed her real life so beautifully, and she talked about the benefits that she's receiving, and she shared her family's photos. Y'all, that is exactly what we want to do. Like literally to a T, what you want to do. You want to do more of that, right? You can still do the before and after. You can still do you drinking Renew and talking about the benefits. But the absolute most best, brilliant post is that of which you're sharing your actual real life and how you went from this to this, right? How you went from suffering with this to feeling amazing, how you incorporate these products and the benefits into your actual daily routine, and showing that beautifully with a picture of your family, right? I loved that. So I wanted to say, don't get hung up on like, okay, I've got to make my health post So which before and after should I use? Okay. Doesn't have to be a before and after. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. It can be real life stuff. And you can share your family beautifully. You can share you walking your dog. And you're like, man, I'm so happy that I have the energy to walk my dog. I love that I've really incorporated some exercise and it's not in the gym, right? Those are the type of posts we want to be making because why? They pique people's curiosity. People want to know what is Cassie doing that she has the energy to go walk her dog and that she's actually put that in her daily routine now. What is it that she's doing differently? Right? It's a little shift of like putting it all out there versus piquing someone's interest and enticing them to ask for more information, right? Or to watch your page more intently. Like, Danielle posted a really great recipe the other day. She talked about how simple it is to incorporate healthy eating by utilizing things that she had in her refrigerator, but she's still eating healthy, right? That could be a health post. That could be a post of Danielle. That could be one of her lifestyle posts. She loves to cook. She's got skills. She's showing people how she's incorporating healthy eating, but making it simple. And she's actually eating real food. That's going to draw people in and say, that looks really good. And that's healthy. I got to learn how to do that. I'm going to ask her about those things, right? Do you see the difference? Like that's what we want to be doing. So don't get hung up on making the post perfect or like, okay, I got to do a health post. I got to do a business post. We're talking about our daily lives. What have you suffered with before, right? What has been a pain point for you in your life? And how have the products helped you? And you can do that generically by just sharing genuinely about your family, about everything you're doing every day. Does that make sense to y'all? Okay, awesome. So we're going to do those things. Engagement. And I think I can't see the comments, but I think I saw someone say something about mayonnaise. I've been doing these engagement posts to kind of warm up my feed and get my engagement sandwich going. And I did a post about the mayonnaise. I did a post. And you guys, there was like over 100 comments on that engagement post. That's what we want to do, right? It doesn't have to be a graphic necessarily. You can because there's tons of good ones. I personally use Pinterest. I'll go to Pinterest and say, give me an engagement graphic for Facebook for engagement, right? And they'll bring up a ton. I did one the other day. It was show me a picture of your dog if they were going to be on a dating site or your animal if they were going to be on a dating site. You guys, that post blew up. I had over 100 comments on that post. Why do you think that is? Why? Anybody know why that dog, an animal post saying, hey, show me what your pet looks like on a dating site. Why do people like that kind of stuff? Because they want to share with you their dog. They want you to see their cat. They want you to see, their own animal. People like to share their lives. Every opportunity for someone to engage and give you their opinion or show you something of theirs, they're going to do it, right? They're probably not going to go comment on your before and after. That's just reality. It is. They're not going to go say something on a before and after, but they will engage with you on a mayonnaise post. How silly is that? That is called human nature. Okay? That is how it works for me as a senior officer, just like it works for you at wherever you are. I'm no different. People aren't flooding my Facebook with comments on my before and afters. I promise you they're not. That's human nature. So why do we do these things? Because we're growing our network. We want to engage with more people because even though people aren't commenting on my before and afters all the time, guess what happens when 100 people comment on my silly mayonnaise page post or my silly pet post? Those same people that engage with me tomorrow are going to see my before and after. It's going to be in their news feed as they're scrolling. And that is the goal. Guys, hear me. That is the goal. It's not for you to get 100 comments on your before and after post because that's not reality. It's just not. But they're going to see it. They're going to see it and they're going to scroll by and they're going to check it out. They'll probably even read it. And inside, they're going to say, that's interesting, right? And that is the goal. That is the prize. That is the win. That is what we want. I don't care if anybody comments on my stuff. I really don't. If I don't get a comment on my before and after, I'm not like, oh my gosh, no one's seen it. No one wants my stuff, right? We can't be like that. We have to say, yes, I got 100 comments on mayonnaise. I'm so excited because tomorrow they're going to see my before and after, or they're going to see that I'm feeling really good and I have energy as a busy mom that I didn't have a year ago, right? It's going to pique their interest, even if they don't comment. So you guys, the posts, the daily posts are so important. Those engagement posts seem silly, right? They're like, why am I posting about dogs? Why am I asking people to show me their pet? I think Katie had one the other day. I engaged on it, and it was like, what if someone broke into your house? What would they see on the top of your refrigerator or something like that? If they stole something, what was they're going to steal from the top of your refrigerator? That's silly. But Katie's post blew up with people talking about what was on top of the refrigerator. Isn't that wild? Right? They may not comment on her before and after post that she posted, where she's looking smoking hot in her bathing suit, by the way. Way to go, Katie. But they sure will see it. They're going to see it more, and that's a win for Katie. So the 3 posts today are engagement. Give people something to talk to you about. Let them share their opinion. Let them post their kids, their dog or cat, what they're doing, something they liked as a kid, right? What's their favorite food? It doesn't matter. There's so many cool engagement posts. Find one and post it and see what happens, okay? And then it doesn't really matter what time. We say 9, 12, and 5. If it's 7, 2, and 9, I don't care. Just make sure you get your posts in. Get your engagement, get your health and transformational posts. You're in, talk about the products, talk about the results, the pain points, right? And then share something about lifestyle or a benefit from the business or community. Okay. And that can look different for all of us. So who's committed to those 3 posts, the 1 engagement and the 2 posts a day? Okay. Awesome. How are we doing on time? Let's see. Oh, we're doing good. Okay. The number 4 is grow your network. You guys, this is one of my favorite things. After 14 years in the industry, my goal is to grow my network every single day. It's a must. If you are not adding people to your social media, you will not grow in your business. It's just the reality. If you're utilizing social media as a platform, okay? If you're doing meetings and you're belly to belly and all those things, fantastic. But if you are using a social media platform to share your business, you have got to build this muscle. This is a non-negotiable. I cannot go a day without adding new people to my platforms, okay? So are we committed to add new people? We are committed to get new eyes on our social medias. We are going to add 2 to 5 people every single day, non-negotiable. We're doing this. Why? Because we want more people to see what we have. We want to be able to impact families, right? We want to be able to help women and men feel better. We want to share what we are doing to build financial security. So to do that, we have to grow that muscle of adding new people to our social media. And there's several ways you can do this, you guys, okay? There is a function on Facebook that says people you might know, right? How cool is that? Facebook is like, hey, you have a friend of a friend of a friend of your sister's brother-in-law's uncle. You might know them, right? So you're going to see those people. There's one pro tip I'm going to give you with that. Make sure you go to their pages before you click friend request. Because sometimes Facebook's going to see that Danielle Singh and I are great friends. We communicate. And they may throw one of Danielle's friends into my you might know. That is not someone I'm going to friend request, right? That's Danielle's network. We are actually not connected. So Facebook made a mistake there, right? So I'm going to be intentional. If Facebook says, hey, you might know this person, just go take a look at their Facebook page and make sure they're not Bonnie's friend, because that's Bonnie's network. We want Bonnie to friend request those people, not you. Okay. That's just common courtesy in business. So we want to make sure we're doing that. Okay. But I would say there's friends of yours, your neighbors, your church friends, your friends of friends, your kids, teachers, friends. There's so many people that you can connect with on social media. Go seek out those people, go to their page and say, okay, you know what? I went to school with Jimmy John. I'm going to go see who else I went to school with that's on his page, right? So you can go to Jimmy's page and search, oh yeah, I remember Chris. I remember Samantha. Those are the people you friend request, right? You have a connection with them. You've just lost it and Facebook hasn't seen it yet. Okay. Do that. And then also, who is utilizing niche groups on social media? Is anybody utilizing, maybe you play pickleball and you love pickleball and you're in a bunch of pickleball groups. Maybe you're like Cynthia and you dance. You're an instructor. You love line dancing, ballroom dancing, and you're in Facebook groups galore about that. Maybe you're a busy mom. Dance moms, perfect. Holy moly. Every single dance mom on the planet needs Partner Co. I can promise you that. I was a dance mom. Okay. I need mental clarity and focus, and I need to relax, and I need money. Okay. Dance moms is a wonderful niche group to be engaging in. When you are engaging in those groups, we are never, ever, ever talking about Partner Co. We are never commenting, use my drops in those groups, right? We are giving those groups excellent content of what the group is about. So if you are Cynthia and you dance and you teach and you have a passion for dancing and moving, Cynthia's going to go in there and share her gifts and talents. She's going to share her video of boots on the ground. She's going to engage with other people that are, going to a dance competition and winning. She's going to congratulate them. She's engaging in that niche group appropriately. And you know what she's doing when she's doing that? She's building relationships. She's building connections. And when Cynthia goes to Susie Q's page that's in that group, who she's congratulated on winning a dance competition, it's not weird when Cynthia friend requests her. She has that group connection. They've engaged on proper content in the group. So that lady knows Cynthia loves dance. We've talked in our dance group. Sure, I'm going to accept her friend request, right? So niche groups are not for you to go and throw up Partner Co, right? They're not ways to connect to get customers. Niche groups on social media is a way to build connections and relationships. And with step number 4, growing your network, they're a perfect way for it not to be weird that you're growing your network. You've met new people in those niche groups, and now you're going to add them to your social media, and they'll be more apt to say, oh yeah, I know Danielle. She is in the healthy eating group that I'm in, right? You see the connection? You see how that works? So we want to add 2 to 5 people every single day in our business. If you are committed, non-negotiable, I'm going to add 2 to 5 people. Drop a 1 in the comments. I promise you that is something we have to build a great muscle with. We have to do it, okay? So spend time in growing 2 to 5 people, adding 2 to 5 people to your social media. All right, last one, last number 5 on the daily activity. Y'all, this is the fortune is in the follow-up, right? If you are wanting to grow your paycheck, you got to get real good at number 5, which is follow-up. Okay, what does follow-up look like? It looks like a lot of things, okay? We could talk about follow-up and how you follow up 100 times. But we're going to talk about 2 main ways that you can follow up that won't make you feel weird and won't make you feel salesy or icky, okay? Because I know a lot of people, do you get anxiety when I say follow up? Be honest. If you get stressed out and you're like, oh, I don't really like to follow up. I don't never know what to say. I feel weird. It's okay, right? I've been there 100 times. But here's how you don't feel weird, and here's how you will grow and build the muscle of follow up, and it feels good. You're going to follow up with people that you've talked to about these products, that maybe you've talked to about the business. Maybe you've engaged in a conversation. It doesn't have to be that they're a customer or a brand partner. They can be that they've liked something, that you've added them into the Drop Revolution or the Wellness 360. Maybe you haven't talked to them in a few weeks, but you remember you added them, right? There's lots of people we can connect and follow up with. And you're going to ask them a question, 2 questions. Do you have any questions? Right? So if you've talked to someone and you've shared the drop video, if you've shared your machine link, if you've had a conversation from a post, right? Maybe you've engaged a little bit and then nothing really happened, right? They didn't take that step. You can go back and follow up with them and say, hey, Donna, I just wanted to double check if you watched that drop video, if you had any questions. And maybe Donna all week has had a question, right? She's like, man, I want to ask a question, but she didn't really say anything to me. And I don't really feel comfortable. Now I feel weird, like, whatever. Because she goes in there and says, hey, do you have any questions after you watch that drop video? That gives Donna the open door to say, actually, I do. I'm diabetic and I have to take this medication. So I was just wondering if, do you think the drops could help me with that? Would it be okay if I took them? People do have questions, you guys. I promise you, they're just nervous to ask you. So following up is a way to get them to ask you the questions. Do you have any questions I can answer? Okay, that's a great way to follow up. And number two, and this is how we close the deal. This is how we get the new customer. This is how we get the new brand partner. Can I help you get started today? Can I send you options to order? Can I help you get your order placed? However you want to say it. That is the easiest way to follow up. Can I help you get started? Right? You can say, hey, Donna, I know you were excited about the drops. You liked that video. I know you're struggling with brain fog and night sweats. Do you have any questions I can answer? Donna might come back and say, you know what? No, I think I'm good. Don't leave it at that. Don't leave it at that. Say, awesome. I'm so glad. Can I help you get started? Can I send you options for the best savings? Can I help you place your order? Right? It gives that person the little push that they need to say, actually, yeah, send me your link. Right? Or yes, I'd like to see price options, right? So asking, hey, do you have any questions? Or can I help you get started is the best way to follow up with people. You've already had the hard conversations, right? You've already sent them a machine link. You've already got them into the Drop Revolution or the Wellness 360. You've already had them watch the drop video. You've already had a conversation about a post and their pain points. Now we're going to follow up because we want them to order. We want them to feel better. We want them to join so they can make money and not be so stressed. We want them immersed in our community so they feel included and valued, right? We're helping people when we're following up. We're not bothering people. That's a mindset that we have to have, okay? So today I want you to spend time following up with people. Anyone that you've added into the Drop Revolution, anyone you've added into the Wellness 360, go tag them on a post in those customer groups, right? Get them re-engaged. Say, hey, watch this video, or oh my gosh, Bonnie, check this testimony out. As soon as I saw it, I thought of you, right? That's a great way to start the follow-up. And then get into the inbox and say, hey, I just want to make sure if you have any questions, I can get them answered for you. Or, hey, I'm so happy that you watched the video. I'm glad you don't have any questions. Can I go ahead and send you price options to get started? Can everybody do that? Is that something everyone can do every single day? Yes, right? So number 5 is so important. We are going to follow up with people. We're going to genuinely care, show them customer service. Sorry, my phone rang. Even if no one's ordered yet, we still want to give people customer service. We want to care about people. We want to show them we genuinely want to help them. So following up is genuinely wanting to help someone. That's what you guys have to think in your mind. I think that every day. I never say, oh, I'm probably bothering them. Or, oh, I don't know. They probably don't even want to order. That's a mindset shift. Say, you know what? I'm going to go help my people. I'm going to go help them feel better. I'm going to go help them solve their issues today. I'm going to make sure they don't have any questions. And I'm going to make sure that I give them the best customer service and let them know how to save the most money and how to get started. Okay. That's number 5. That's so important. So if you're committed, if you guys are doing your top 5, write top 5. If you've been implementing these simple things every single day, write top 5. If you're seeing movement in your business, if you're like, yes, I have new conversations. Yes, people are engaging with me more. I'm seeing more attractions on social media. Drop top 5. Awesome. This is why we do these things, because we've already been doing them, right? We've built the muscle. We are still building the muscle and we know what works, right? Because I can tell you all the time, I have done things terrible. in my business, I have not followed the systems, right? I've had to create systems and been all over the place. But when I said, you know what, I'm going to focus on these things that I can do, the 5 things that I can easily do in the middle of being a wife and a mom and a Mimi, right? I can do these things, and I'm committed to growing the muscle. It's not about the outcome, right? It's not about the outcome. It's about learning to be consistent. It's building the muscle of dedication. And when you build the muscle of dedication and consistency, then the outcomes will come. Okay? You guys are amazing. I appreciate you jumping on. 58 people hopped on for Power Hour. That excites me. That gets me fired up. I appreciate your time. I know you could have been 100 other places doing 100 other things. So thank you for your discipline. Thank you for your consistency and for showing up, because we all know we could say no. We could say, you know what, I'll get on tomorrow. But you guys got on. So give yourself a pat on the back. I'm super proud of you. I think we are going to pray it out with Denise. If you want to stay on and have us share a prayer, awesome. If you want to hop off, we respect that too. And I believe it is Denise. Hopefully I'm right.
It is Denise
Yes.
Burke, and it's also her birthday today. So make sure you say happy birthday to Denise.
Well, happy birthday. We hope you have
Thank
the best day ever.
Thank you. What a blessing to pray us out on my birthday. And thank you all so much for the love and for the happy birthdays this morning. I so appreciate it. Father, I want to thank you right now for blessing each and every one of us, blessing me over and abundantly on my birthday with these beautiful, wonderful sisters and brothers, Father. Thank you for Partner Co. Thank you for our leaders. Thank you for Kelly bringing it this morning, Lord. Every single Monday, Father, what an honor it is to come on each and every day to receive the beautiful nuggets that we receive as gifts every day. Lord, I thank you for it. I thank you for highlighting what we each need in our own lives, within our own relationships, within our own businesses. Father God, you highlight those things that each and every one of us need to know how to do more, how to do better, how to be more consistent, how to connect better. Everything, Lord, that we need, that we receive, we are so appreciative for. Thank you, Father God, for meeting and connecting with people. It is so important, Father, just to be a friend, just to be there for someone, just to be able to come alongside them in their health journey, to be able to be the solution, Father, for them, but also to be a friend. Father, thank you for that. Thank you for the connections today. Thank you for the connections tomorrow. Thank you for the connections all week long, because we all have them. We want to be awakened, Father, and alert to those connections that you are bringing into our life, whether it's through the media, whether it's just our daily life, wherever we're at, just to be available, Father, for those connections that you have for us, and to be able to help and serve, because that's really what it's all about, is to see people free. And thank you for using each and every one of us. Thank you for Partner Co. Thank you for what Partner Co. is instilling in us, our leaders, Lord, and just the wisdom that they have, that you give them, that they can give to us. We just appreciate it so much, and we appreciate you, Lord, and we give you the glory for it all. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.
Amen. Thank you so
Beautiful,
much,
Denise.
Amen.
Happy
Amen.
birthday,
Thank you,
Denise.
Denise.
Thank you,
Enjoy
Kelly.
your
Thank you,
day.
Donna.
Birthday.
Amen.
Thank
God
you.
bless everybody.
Amen.
Happy
Kelly.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
you,
Kelly.
Amen. Happy birthday.
Amen. Happy
Right
Thank you, and
birthday.
God
on.
bless.
Thank you,
Happy
Kelly.
birthday,
Love you
Denise.
guys. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday,
Good call,
Denise.
Kelly.
Amen, amen, amen.